Today, humanity suffered perhaps the largest attack in Elite Dangerous lore, and certainly the largest attack in the game's history. A total of 7 different star systems have been attacked, 3 of them being the capital homeworlds of the various superpowers within the galaxy. This includes the Solar System, Ailoth and Achenar, the homeworlds of the Federation, the Alliance and the Empire respectively. Now on screen here we can see the galaxy map. You can see the stations, the star systems rather, that have been attacked. So far, no one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Galnet reports that there's been no Thargoid activity, so it seems very unlikely, at least at the moment, that this attack was initiated by the Thargoids. However, that said, damaged space stations do show a green residue on board or attached to the stations where the damage has occurred. And this is indicative of either the Thargoids or another organisation, this one humans, the NMLA, the Neo-Marlinist Liberation Army, a terrorist extremist organisation that has attacked various superpower stations in the past. Now this is obviously way more than just one superpower having a go at another superpower, because all 3 superpowers have come under attack, and some very high profile independent systems have also, well, they're not in a good way. Now, whilst this is going on, there is a Galactic summit where the leaders of the galaxy, the leaders of humanity, are all in the Sirius star system, basically discussing defense strategies against the Thargoids and other big issues. During the summit, Prime Minister Mahon of the Alliance has put forth a proposal of a Sirius treaty, where all the superpowers will come together in a collective defense to basically develop a strategy and technology to protect against the Thargoids. Now, a decision on whether or not to ratify the treaty will be coming later this week, but for right now, this seems, well, a little bit incidental, doesn't it? Coincidental? Maybe, maybe not. A false flag attempt to perhaps encourage the passing of the Sirius treaty. Or it could just be the NMLA really going to town on all of the superpowers here and causing some rather significant trouble. Now, as things stand right now, there's no reports of this on Galnet, which is perhaps a little bit odd. Galnet, after all, is a major news network. Can you imagine an attack in the real world and no news station actually reporting on it, other than to say, oh, this area has been attacked? So, yeah, something odd is going on for sure. Now, the uptake of this is that these space stations are going to need help. The ways you can get involved and help is to head on over to the space stations. Some of these star systems are permit locked. Sold, for example, is permit locked. But if you can get into the system, then you can help evacuate people who are in there. To do this, you just need a ship with a passenger cabin or various passenger cabins installed, and you can go in there and pick some people up and take them to the nearby rescue megaships. The stations will also receive certain commodities that will help them in dealing with the damage and the fires that are there. Now, sooner or later the fires will be extinguished, at which point it will be time to help the stations repair. This will probably happen next week or maybe the week after. Basically deliver goods and the stations will get back on their feet again. Ultimately then, regardless of whether your allegiance is to the Federation, the Alliance or the Empire, or perhaps even none of the above, it's still nonetheless a significant attack against all of humanity. Now, if this is an attack by the NMLA or any other terrorist organisation, human terrorist organisation, then it must be very well organised. It's a coordinated attack against some very high-profile targets and would have likely required some inside help. Now, my personal feeling on this is that it's certainly not Thargoid related. There doesn't seem to be any Thargoid activity nearby in any of these stations or systems, so more than likely it is almost certainly a human-originated attack. Now, there is another potential aspect to this, another side that Frontier have hinted at in the past. The alpha release for Elite Dangerous Odyssey is coming on the 29th of March, and it has been said previously that the Galnet stories, some Galnet stories at least, will lead into the release of Odyssey. Now, we do know that one of the focuses of Odyssey is huge conflict zones, ground-based conflict zones with combined arms. Maybe this will lead towards that in some manner. It's also very likely we'll see some community goals next week, focused around all the problems here and resolving what actually occurred. Now, I'd love to hear all your theories and thoughts on this in the comment section below. Do let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.